What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a long awaited, highly requested Hoot and a Holler story video. Hope y'all enjoy this one. Drop a like if you do. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And also, make sure to check the pinned comment below or the link in the description and go listen to all my story videos on Spotify. I just got done posting the Coke Chronicles on there. You guys can listen in all their glory with your phone screens locked and in your pocket, because that's the Spotify magic, ladies and gents. The link will be below. Go tap in. It supports me because Spotify is monetized on all of my content, unlike YouTube, which means when you guys listen to my stories on Spotify, it helps me pay my bills. So go tap into my Spotify. Make sure you drop a follow. We're posting content on there nearly every day to catch up with my hundreds of videos that I have to upload. My backlog is pretty big at this point, but without further ado, let's dive into today's video, because today I want to talk to you guys about what is probably one of my most memorable, and I don't know if traumatic is the right word, but definitely one of my worst Molly rolls I've ever had in my life. Now, I want to preface this by saying I haven't really had very many bad experiences on Molly. I've had horrible acid trips. I've had horrid shroom trips. But Molly is one of those drugs where it's kind of hard to have a bad time. You almost have to go out of your way or just be extremely ill-prepared to have a bad time on Molly. And on a drug that makes you want to hug everybody and jack off, it's really hard to be ill-prepared for that. You can do that in almost any environment, dude. Ask a homeless person. But this incident didn't involve a homeless person. This involved a semi-homeless person, myself. And on this fateful day, this took place back in 2020, early 2020. COVID was definitely still going on, but it hadn't got to the point where it was pushing back my court cases and requiring everything to be on Zoom. This was like around when COVID had just hit the news cycle, if I remember correctly. And I had still had to drive back up north for a court case of mine. You see, I had a bunch of ongoing shit at this stage of my life. I had my DUI case that was ongoing that I had just gotten in that prior October. I had driving on a suspended, which actually I don't remember if that had already happened at this point. Yes, no, it for sure did. It for sure did. I was dealing with my driving on a suspended, which was out of Bloomington. I also had to drive up for that. Further north, I had to go for the DUI. I had a speeding ticket in Downers Grove that I had to deal with. There was one other minor, I think it was also another like possession ticket that I was still wrapping up. I had a bunch of stupid shit that I was going to court for. And I'll tell you guys right now, in the moment, like when you're going to court and dealing with all this stuff, it doesn't feel like much. But that weight is lifted off your shoulders when you walk out of the court for the last time, and it's like, damn, I don't have another upcoming date. I'm not going to owe my lawyer another check. It is an unbelievable sense of relief. It's a feeling I don't even know how to put into words, guys. It's like busting the biggest nut of your career. It's unbelievable. I really, truly mean it. But getting a little off topic here. On this particular day, I had driven up north, if I remember correctly, to deal with my DUI. I was in court a lot for this, and specifically early on, I was in court a lot because I kept asking for extensions to get an attorney. I had no money, and I also didn't want to do a public defender because I was scared he was going to do me dirty. Honestly, the cheap-ass attorney I ended up getting was probably worse than a public defender would have been, and I should have just gone with that, but I wasn't willing to swallow my pride and admit I'm broke and I need a public defender. I was just continually asking for extensions. And if I remember correctly, that is also why I was up north for this day. I know it was for my DUI, but I think this was yet another extension date that I was requesting, which I was granted. I got like 4 extensions, dude. I don't know how they ever approved all these. I would just show up and just be like, yeah, times are tough. Don't have an attorney. Don't know what to tell you. Grandma has AIDS. Shit's expensive. Sorry, you know? And they were just like, oh my God. That's so horrible for you, dude. All right. Yeah, no problem, dude. Yeah, we'll give you another 3 weeks. And then 3 weeks later, here I come. Dude, you wouldn't believe it. Grandpa's got AIDS. I can't, guys, I can't do it. I can't afford it. I have probably told like people in positions of authority over me that my grandma has died or gotten a terminal disease more times than I can count on my fingers and toes. I really mean it. That's my trump card. I love that one. But I'm up north on this particular day, and I was ecstatic to be back up north. The drugs 3 hours south back in Springfield sucked. It was awful. I missed my old plugs. I missed my old friends. Going up north for these court cases, as much as it sucked dealing with the court cases, as much as it sucked getting up there on a suspended license and having to drive up all the back roads, It was just amazing. I still look forward to it every single time. It was great for me. And it was kind of lonely back town, back at home. 3 hours south, I didn't really have very many friends. So it was really great. It felt like a winter break almost, like a Christmas vacation or something every time I went up there. So I'm crashing in a hotel because obviously my mom was not allowing me to stay with her. Our relationship was still kind of on the rocks at this point. It wasn't really good, and she did not trust me in her house, nor did she want me there. So I had to get myself a hotel. No problem. I'm the Red Roof 10-time alumni, buddy. I resided there for like 3 weeks or some shit. I loved the Red Roof Inn and the extended stay that was directly across the parking lot from it. So, of course, naturally, I stay at my beloved Red Roof once again. I don't know why, but I'm the kind of person who like I get into a habit and I just stick with it forever. Like if I stay at that Red Roof Inn one time, I will only ever stay at that hotel when I visit that town ever for the rest of my days. And the only exception to that I would make is if the Red Roof was booked or if it cost too much for the night. Then I'm going across the lot to the extended stay. And any other option presented to me is complete blasphemy and breaking my routine, and I'm not fucking having it. So I checked myself into the Red Roof and I'm chilling up there. And I think I was a day or two into my stay. I don't really remember which exact day of my trip this was, but I had hit up my old blow guy, my Chachi plug, the man himself. The guy who, him going to prison kind of saved my sobriety and saved my nasal cavity because I stopped doing blow once he got locked up. But this was about a year prior to him getting locked up. And I hit him up and I'm like, yo, dude, I need a bag. I need some blow. Let's get it cracking. And he tells me he can pull up and drop some off to me that night. So I start pre-gaming that day. You see, I would hit my old town up like the mall, dude. I'm walking in that bitch and buying it all. I hit up all my old plugs and I grab everything. So I also had some Molly. Just a little bit of Molly, but I had some Molly. And I was looking forward to doing some Molly and Coke lines that night. And I'm sitting there waiting for my plug in my hotel room, and all the money I really had was going straight to drugs. I didn't have any money to go out and do anything. My L's was suspended, and I was in a town where I would definitely get pulled over if I was cruising around, back and forth all day long. So I had kind of nothing to do but just sit in my hotel room and eat a bunch of fucking Molly alone, which sounds very depressing, but it wasn't. I mean, it was better than being sober alone. So down the hatch, my Molly goes. I don't remember exactly how much I took, but I remember I took enough to roll balls. My Molly guy was different than my blow guy. My Molly guy was a dude who we're going to call Wally. He was a Middle Eastern guy. He was someone that I didn't really know. I never met him in school or anything. But the summer prior to this, I'd gotten his number, and he was a cool guy, and he hadn't vanished on me yet. Eventually, this guy, totally vanished on me. But Wally pulled up, and he served me that bag of Molly. I ate some immediately while I was waiting for the blow man. And it hit me quick. I remember maybe an hour had gone by, and I'm sitting at the little desk in my hotel room, kind of looking at the TV that's to my side, and I just start rolling. I feel it first in my jaw. I remember I'm biting down on my gums. I'm putting my gums or the sides of my cheeks in between my teeth to stop my teeth from hurting because I was just biting down. And that always backfired on me. The day after, whenever I do that, it felt like the inside of my mouth was bleeding. It was raw. It was the worst feeling ever. But in the moment, it felt great. It was like a stress ball in my mouth. I loved it. So I'm sitting here chewing on the inside of my cheeks, tweaking the fuck out, rolling balls. I'm chilling there for maybe another hour of genuinely just doing nothing. A lot of you guys might wonder, Goblin, dude, you really sat there and you ate Molly and just fucking watched TV in your Red Roof Inn? Yeah, dude. Honestly, that's kind of what late stage drug addiction is, dude. It starts off all being fun. It starts off all oh man, I'm out with the boys. I got plans tonight. That's why I got drugs. To then all of a sudden, you're just sitting in your Red Roof Inn room watching the news, watching Fox News off a .2, biting the insides of your cheeks until they rip off, and that's your outing for the night. That's where I was at this point. So a little bit of time goes by, and eventually Blow Man hits me up. He's like, yo, about 30 minutes away. I'm on the way right now. I'll pull up, just come outside when I'm there. Boom, baby. We got the bag on the way. I can't wait. I start hitting up all my homies. I'm hitting up everyone in town. I remember I hit up Kyle. I remember I hit up my boy Brad. I remember I hit up a couple other people. I'm like, yo, gents, I got a bag coming right now. Where are we at? What are we doing? Kyle, of course, he's like, yeah, I'm probably down to pull up. Brad is ecstatic. He's like, yo, I'll be with Paul. Let's fucking get it. I'll bring him through. All three of us. Maybe Kyle comes too. That's four of us. Let's make it fucking happen. So already we've got the plan in motion. I'm getting pretty excited here. And I'm enjoying my role. It's not anything crazy. I was never one of those people who would like turn the lights low and start doing glow sticks and shit and play EDM when I was rolling. No, I just appreciated the surroundings. I would always just appreciate the vibe. I would never go over the top or anything. I was a pretty big chiller, pretty much no matter what drug I was doing. Even cocaine, I mean, compared to some of my other homies who would rage with me, I was kind of a pretty big chiller on the blow. But either way, I'm chilling in my room, and eventually I get another text from my blow man. He's like, yo, pulling up right now. I'm so excited to get this fucking bag. I grab my cash, I grab my phone, and I fucking dip out of the room, and I don't think twice about it. My car keys and my wallet are still in my room, and I just dip out, walk out of the parking lot. He pulled up in his whip. The most I'll describe about it is it was white. I'm not going to say any more. Kind of looked like a Fed car, too, and I jumped in his shit. And everything's fine there. It's no biggie. My blow guy was always happy to see me because I always spent a lot of money with him. And I was always happy to see him because he had the best blow in town. Still, to this very day, I've watched countless friends bust out bags. Genuinely, I have never touched or seen better coke than my old plug had. It is genuinely what motivates me to keep avoiding it. It's just all the blow nowadays is stepped on, dude. Back in my day, we had real motherfuckers with real bricks, okay? And they were serving my little Caucasian ass. I loved that. So I was ecstatic, dude. Here comes my real plug with the real brick. I'm outside. I'm sitting in the car. I grab the bag. I hand him the cash. Jump back out of the car. He pulls off. I'm standing in the parking lot with a big fat bag of blow. If I remember correctly, I'd grabbed a ball off him and my phone. And I go back up to my room. And I reach in my pocket and I realize, I don't have my room key. Well, that's no problem. I reach in my other pocket. I got my phone in that bitch. One side I got the blow. Other side I got my phone. I'm like, I don't have my entire wallet. That's kind of a problem. I don't know how to identify myself. And immediately, have you guys ever had a bad acid trip where like you feel the bad part of the trip start to hit? Maybe you get a little overwhelmed by the visuals or something, and there's almost a tingle that goes down the center of your spine. Like it almost makes the hairs on the back of your body stand up. You feel it almost like you're getting goosebumps, but there's this genuine tingling feeling inside of you, like a spider's crawling through your vein. That is the feeling that I got immediately. This immense like dread or fear just came over my whole body, and I felt it just running down my skin like, oh fuck, I'm locked out of my room with a giant bag of coke and my phone, and that's it. Luckily, I still had my phone. I always grab my phone. No matter what, I was bringing my phone with me, but I didn't even think twice about grabbing my wallet or keys or anything else like that. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, fuck, dude, fuck. And mind you, my bag of Molly is just like sitting on the counter. I've been smoking weed in this bitch. It's a non-smoking room. I'm pretty sure I even had some alcohol in there, if I remember correctly. I'd probably ran across the street to 7-Eleven and grabbed it. Who knows where it came from? I just like getting fucked up. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. Immediately I start sweating. Whenever I get anxious or scared about something, I sweat really bad. It's I don't know if it's anxiety or what it is. I just start dripping whenever I'm anxious about stuff. Happens to me very often, and it can happen in random scenarios. This was one of them. Sometimes if I'm on an airplane and, it's a little too crowded, I get kind of anxious. I'm like, oh, everyone's staring at me, and then I start sweating. That kind of thing. It just happens to me sometimes. So I'm dripping. I'm sweating bullets, dude. And it's like early in the year in Illinois. It is cold outside. It's so cold, I probably could have seen my breath at this point. I go up to the front desk of the Red Roof Inn, which was on the other side of the building. I remember I walked around the front. I go in the lobby. And before I went in, I remember sitting out there and I'm like rehearsing in my head what I'm going to say. I'm like, how do I get back in my room? Like, what do I say? Like, oh, I locked myself out of my room. Like, what do I even say? I can't have them go unlock it. They're going to smell the weed. They might see the Molly on the desk. There's blow in my pocket. I'm tweaking. I'm thinking irrationally, too. I'm like, what if they pat me down before I go in? What if they ask me to empty my pockets, make sure I don't, like, what if they call the cops to escort me to my room? And I have a bag of fucking blow. And the worst part, I remember this part so vividly, is as I'm outside giving myself this little mental kind of pep talk of like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Here's how I'm going to go in and handle it. But what if this happens? A fucking cop pulls in the front parking lot of this motel, this little Red Roof Inn, which I guess motel is the right way. It never felt like a motel to me. It's definitely nicer than a motel, I think. Either way, I don't know. We're getting off topic. A cop pulls in the front lot, which was absolutely nothing unusual. Pretty much every time I'd been here, the cops just patrol the lot. They loop around. Sometimes there'll be two of them and they'll be parked up talking to each other. Sometimes they'll just be doing laps. Sometimes they'll be across the street at the 7-Eleven watching, but always cops had their eyes on this Red Roof Inn. They knew that it was populated by nobody but degenerates like myself, absolutely tweaking balls outdoors. So this cop pulls in the lot, and now I'm getting even more scared. I'm starting to genuinely panic. I'm like, yo, like, should I just leave? Like, should I just walk somewhere? Like, should I, like, call somebody to come pick me up and just go somewhere? Like, what do I even do? I have nothing but a big bag of blow. Surely I could convince someone to pick me up in exchange for some blow, but then I still have this problem. I don't even have my wallet. Like, I have no money. I have nothing, dude. I have fucking nothing, dude. I'm cooked, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, I don't know what to do. Seeing that cop pull in the lot made me freeze. I froze up for a second, then immediately I'm like, I gotta go in the lobby, dude. Like, if this cop sees me lurking outside of the Red Roof Inn, he's for sure gonna come up and speak to me. And if he speaks to me in this condition, he's gonna realize I'm tweaking balls, and he might search me. And if he searches me and finds the blow, I'm absolutely fucked. So I go back into the lobby. And the front desk lady, she comes out from, I don't know, wherever the hell she was back there, some little office or something. She's like, I remember, she was actually a very sweet woman. She's like, hey, sweetie, how can I help you? In that nice, like, loving voice. I'm like, oh, I felt the love pumping through me. I was like, wow, okay. But I'm sweating balls. I probably looked insane at this point, dripping sweat in like cold, like winter jacket type weather, walking in there. I say to this lady, I'm like, oh, I need to get in my room. I need to get in my room. And I'm like, the words are I'm almost fumbling my sentences, but I'm trying to figure out how to where I'm just like, I need to get in my room. I need to get in my room. And she's like, okay. She's like, have you already checked in? And I'm like, yes, I locked myself out. I need to get in my room. And she's like, okay, like what room are you staying in? I tell her, I don't remember what fucking room. I tell her what room I'm staying in. She asked for my ID. I explained to her, I'm like, listen, like, no ID. I just no wallet's in the room. All my stuff's in the room. Literally everything I own is in the room. I'm like pleading with this woman. I'm like, please, can I just get back in the room? And I remember she said something that completely freaked me the fuck out. She kind of stopped as I'm explaining, like, yeah, I left my wallet in my room and everything. She's like, are you okay, honey? And I don't know why that freaked me the fuck out. Because normally someone saying it in such a sweet way like that would calm me down, right? It's like, oh, someone cares if I'm okay. Oh, maybe I will be okay now. No. She said, am I okay? Instantly in my head, I'm like, bro, she knows I'm not okay. She knows I'm tweaking. She just watched me buy the blow on the security cam. She knows I'm tweaking. She thinks I just hit the pookie in my plug's car. Like, fuck, dude, I'm tripping out. I'm like, yeah, oh, I'm totally fine. I remember I started pressing her about it. I'm like, why do you ask? Like, why? Do you think I'm not okay or something? She's like, oh, no, honey, you just seem a little worried. It's okay. I'm going to help you out. She was honestly an angel. This woman was the sweetest. Any other front desk person handling this situation, I probably would have gotten in hella trouble. Maybe they would have been freaked out by me being all crazy and sweating and rolling balls, probably with insane looking pupils, biting the inside of my cheeks. This woman, she was sweet. She must be used to tweakers losing their room keys at the Red Roof Inn. I don't know. I never thought about that. But my God, she was the greatest. So I don't have my ID. She asked me, she's like, that's okay. Well, what's the name of the room? What's the name on the room? She asked me some info. I don't remember exactly what she asked me, but I remember she asked my name. I think she might have asked my date of birth or some shit, like when I checked in, which I had to start belting it out. I'm like, oh, I'm Nick. Date of birth, January fucking 99. Hey, let me back in the room. Here's all the info you need. Absolute angel of a woman hooks me the fuck up. Prints me a new room key. She's like, don't lose this one, sweetie. Oh my. I owe her, dude. I owe her a big, like, cake or something, dude. A big thank you cake or something, dude. She probably doesn't work at Red Roof Inn anymore. I'll find her one day. Either way, but she prints me out this new room key. I'm like, oh my fucking God. The immediate relief I felt was stunning. And I remember, I don't know why I did this, but I get my room key and I'm like, oh, thank you. And before I left the lobby, I went over, they had a coffee machine in the lobby, which I found really, like, that is bougie for a Red Roof Inn. I went over to the coffee machine. I'm like, yo, fuck it. I'm gonna get one, you know. I'm gonna get myself a little bevy, dude, a little warm bevy. I mean, it's free, and I need some hydration because I was kind of parched at this point. There's no water in the lobby. Fuck you. Go drink Red Roof tap out of your room. But there sure as hell was the cheap little coffee machine. So I went over there, and I remember I try to make myself a drink. And it's one of those things where, like, you literally press on the fucking, it wasn't like a Keurig or anything. Like, it was kind of a nice one, bro. I remember you would literally, like, tap on the screen, like, I want this drink, and put your little foam cup below it, and it would make it. Well, I tap on the screen before I put the cup down. Like, I'm like, yeah, I want this drink. And it just starts dumping coffee. And it leaks out of the little, like, tray on the bottom that's meant to catch the coffee, because obviously they're never expecting some tweaker like me to come in off the point too and just start dumping coffee in the fucking bottom of the machine. And I don't even process what I'm doing until the coffee is literally running on the counter and dripping down the side of it. And I get some on my hand as my hand is on the counter, and it burns me. I pull it back. I'm like, oh, and I realize, I'm like, oh, I was supposed to put the cup down. Like, oh shit. I was just thinking, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what I was thinking, but I made a fucking mess in this lobby. And this lady, I never looked back at her. I never looked back at the front desk lady. I didn't want to know if she saw me or not. I was so like, God, whenever I'm on psychs, I get very like anxious almost. Not in a way of like, oh, bad trip anxious, but like self-conscious, I think is a better word for it. Like when I do things like that, if I'm sober, I don't care. I just be like, oh, my bad. And I'd wipe it up real quick and deal with it. But like, tripping balls, it's like, dude, I feel like this woman's gonna pull out a fucking blow dart pipe and just like poison dart me and like throw me, like sell me to 12 or some shit. I don't know. I was just freaked out. So I burned my hand, and I take my empty cup and I put it under the thing to start catching the rest of the coffee. And I get like maybe a fucking quarter cup of coffee, because the majority of it had just dumped all over the counter. And then I just walk out. I didn't clean up anything. I just walked out, didn't look back at the front desk at all, intentionally avoided eye contact. I'm staring at the wall on my way out. I walk the fuck out of there with my room key and my quarter cup of coffee, and I go back to my fucking room. Bag of blow still in my pocket. Room key, of course, works. I get right back in that bitch. The cop, from what I remember, was gone. I don't know if he was gone from the parking lot or if I just didn't give a fuck anymore. Didn't even bother looking at him. But I get back in my room and I immediately blow down aggressively. My heart rate was probably like 160 at this point. From the Molly combined with the anxiety, combined with the coffee, combined with the now aggressive chotch lines that I'm chopping up. Dude, I don't know what my heart rate was, but it must have been fucked. It must have been rough. And I'm chopping up. I'm doing my lines. And I didn't even think to check my phone. I pull out my phone. Brad's banging my line. He called me like twice. He's like, dude, should we pull up or what? Like, what are you doing? I tell him, I'm like, yeah, pull the fuck up. Brad, pull up. Bring Paul. Bring everybody. Bring Bill even, dude. Bring the whole fucking shebang. It's a party at the Red Roof, and I got one room key, baby. Well, now, actually, I think I had two now, because I got back in and my wallet had the other one. But, man, that was a stressful fucking roll, and it was horrible. And it's probably the only MDMA experience I've had where I look back at it, and I'm like, that was probably a bad experience. That was a bad roll. And it wasn't even caused by them. It was just totally caused by me tripping out, me just making a terrible fucking mistake. I did some blow and kind of came down off the Molly. Honestly, I was already coming down for the most part when I had gotten to the lobby and got my room key and everything. But after getting back in the room and into my safety and then doing a little bit of blow, then I really fucking came down, and I was just geeking for the rest of the night, guys. Word of advice here. Maybe put a hotel key. If you're staying at a hotel and you tend to eat a bunch of Molly and leave your room key inside, maybe put the room key in the back of your phone case. That would be smart. I probably should have done. Or just like duct tape it to your inner thigh or something. Like you're transporting a brick through TSA. I don't know. That probably would have helped me too. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this little story video, man. Drop a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And also, go tap in with all the story videos on Spotify, man, because listen, you need to, all right? All on Spotify, fully uncensored, beautiful audio quality, beautiful ad revenue that they pay me. It's just a great place to be over there. So thank you all for the support. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next one. Deuces.